Well, first paragraph, Atlanta, in a disturbing new projection, health officials say up to 40% of Americans could get swine flu this year. And next, several 100,000 could die without a successful vaccine campaign and other measures. Now, you tell me, for someone unaware of a vaccine and what it can do and what this is, how many people are just waiting, chomping at the bit for some news that a successful vaccine is going to be here? Well, the truth of the matter is, if you know about how vaccines are made, there is an incubation period. And it wouldn't be until this particular strain of swine flu available till next spring. 4,000 doses are ready in my county right now for children. How did they do that? How did they do that? And Javier mentioned a few points about adjuvants and so on. And what I wanted to do is give you a background about some of these companies involved with big money in vaccines. And I don't want to go into detail, but I do want to make you aware that this book is available, and it's called They Own It All, Including You, and this has just been released. If you'd like to get that, I've got it in the references. But there's a lot of money involved with vaccines. Okay? Rockefeller, who you want. So who is the who? Okay? On June 11, 2009, the World Health Organization signaled that the global pandemic of novel influenza virus, and this is influenza, novel influenza A. This is words from Jeffrey Tardenberg. H1N1 was underway by raising worldwide pandemic alert level to phase 6. This is reiterating, of course, what Javier was saying. And this is the highest level. This changes the environment for our government. And if you'd like to look into the legal matters regarding this, I'm very concerned about how the WHO will influence our government for mandatory vaccines. I'll move on. The anthrax vaccine got a little out of
order. There's a link.
There's a link that was related to our earlier slide. Let me get back. I'm going to pull this up here. This is the story here of Thomas Colsimo. And if you'd like a copy of this, I have it for you, about what happened in his life being exposed to this vaccine. I have evidence that we are now dealing with Navy experiments. This is from Dr. Carley, she's on the East Coast. It's indicated that the Navy is now being vaccinated with an experimental swine flu vaccine. I hope that that does not continue.
And again, it's the servicemen and women who don't have a choice whether they're going to get vaccinated or not. They're used to test these vaccines before they're released.
Even in the military, though, there is something called informed consent. And I would like everybody to contact someone in a legal position to find out what that means and how they can protect themselves, if necessary. The influenza PB2 gene, we're talking about the swine flu gene here. The influenza strain, okay, the influenza strain with substrains H1N1, okay, we're dealing H3N2, even turkey genes, flu genes. H5N1, of course, I mentioned about the bird flu. This particular swine flu is a combination flu. We've never seen anything like this before. And it's replicating at a very fast pace, 2.7 times it's been estimated, perhaps faster than typical virus. The good news. There are ways to prevent transmission of the virus, and there are safe, effective therapies that you can strengthen your body's own ability to defend itself against the H1N1 influenza. And that's why I'm here. All this time, me and Javier, we put time in this because I'm in the medical profession, and I am number 2 in exposure. And I am taking this on. I will wear masks if I need to when the time comes, and it is coming. It's not that it's not already here. We know it's here. It's just the second wave. We don't know what's going to happen. And the injection of this vaccine causes me to want to take action because I want people to know what they're facing. So I'm here to offer you a source of information on what you can do. Preventing transmission, this is, Javier.
That's link the CDC's recommendations of how to prevent transmission, and they have different recommendations for health professionals, for school children, for everybody depending on what their position is.
I'll show you a little more in a minute.
Yeah, that's scroll.
Okay, but I would like to make a point that the vaccination is going to our government employees. As a first wave, it is going towards our children and pregnant women. Okay, and I question the sanity of this in the first place, but just to let you know, I want everyone here to be aware of what they can do. Okay, and this website discusses that, which I will not, because you can get it at the website, and at the end of the, if you see this is a cdc.gov H1N1 flu /masks, okay? That's the website for that. That will give you the CDC's recommendations on that. And I have my own. You have a question?
Could you go back to the page where it gives that address so we can copy that? It's hard to read.
Yeah, www.cdc.gov /H1N1 /masks.htm. Okay. And these therapies include, and I have a newsletter that comes from Dr. Truott. He was the one that was the host on the radio program that you listened to a little while ago.
Would you spell his last name, please?
OTT. Truott.
His first name is True.
Yes. Truott. He's a PhD in nutrition, and he has outlined a protocol very similar to what I have outlined, so I'm going to use his article to make available to you in using silver, aerobic hydrotherapy. He has a supplement that he uses. I actually have a device. In my practice, I use oxygen therapy. It's aerobic hydrotherapy. It's highly effective, and at next slide or two, I'll be able to show you a little video on what that looks like. In oil of oregano, this is an antibiotic I like to do prophylactically. I want to prevent it before it gets here, and I want the immune systems prepared because it's going to be here. By all evidence that we have seen, I'm going to make that very clear.